The sun was shining bright in the sky as the villagers of the main clan in the land of Clash of Clans went about their daily tasks. The farmers were tending to their crops, the builders were busy constructing new structures, and the warriors were training for their next battle. The village was peaceful and prosperous, but little did they know that danger was lurking just beyond their borders. Deep in the forests surrounding the village, the Goblin King was gathering his army. He had been watching the main clan for some time now, envious of their wealth and power. He wanted to claim their village as his own and expand his territory. The Goblin King was known for his cunning tactics and ruthless nature, and he was determined to conquer the main village and take all of their riches for himself. One day, as the villagers were going about their usual routines, a loud horn sounded from the edge of the forest. The villagers rushed to the walls of their village and peered out to see what was causing the commotion. To their horror, they saw the Goblin King and his massive army approaching their gates. The villagers quickly sprang into action, preparing for battle. The warriors armed themselves with their swords and shields, the archers took their positions on the walls, and the wizards readied their spells. The Goblin King's army consisted of goblins, giants, and even some dragons. The main village had never faced such a formidable opponent before. As the two armies clashed, the villagers fought with all their might. The archers sent arrows raining down on the goblins, while the wizards cast powerful spells that decimated the giants. The warriors engaged in hand-to-hand combat with the enemy, their swords clashing against the goblins' weapons. Despite their fierce determination, the main village was greatly outnumbered. The Goblin King's army seemed to be never-ending, and the villagers were starting to tire. Just when it seemed like all hope was lost, the villagers heard a loud roar and saw a giant dragon swoop down from the sky, breathing fire onto the goblin army. It was the main village's secret weapon, their own dragon, trained and tamed by the village's most skilled warriors. The dragon's fire destroyed a large portion of the goblin army, giving the villagers a much-needed advantage. The warriors fought with renewed vigor, knowing that their dragon was on their side. As the battle raged on, the Goblin King himself entered the fray. He was a massive creature, towering over the villagers. His strength and speed were unmatched, and he was able to take down many of the warriors with just one swing of his massive club. The village's leaders, the chief and the clan's elders, knew they had to come up with a plan to defeat the Goblin King. They called upon the village's best warriors, including the chief's own son, to take on the Goblin King in a one-on-one battle. The villagers held their breath as they watched the intense fight between the Goblin King and the village's champion. The two warriors were evenly matched, and the battle seemed to go on forever. But in the end, it was the main village's champion who emerged victorious, striking the final blow to the Goblin King and bringing him down for good. With their leader defeated, the goblin army quickly dispersed, leaving the villagers victorious. The main village had won the battle, but the victory came at a great cost. Many of the villagers had been injured, and some had even lost their lives in the fight. The villagers held a solemn ceremony to honor their fallen comrades and celebrate their victory. The chief gave a speech, thanking the warriors and the dragon for their bravery and sacrifice. He also announced that from that day on, the dragon would be known as the protector of the main village. The villagers rebuilt their walls and tended to their wounded, knowing that they had to be prepared for any future attacks from their enemies. But for now, they could rest easy, knowing that the Goblin King and his army were no longer a threat. From that day on, the main village was known as a place of great strength and courage. The villagers had proven that no matter how powerful their enemies may be, they would always stand together and defend their home. And the legend of the battle against the Goblin King would be told for generations to come, inspiring future warriors to fight for their village and protect it at all costs. Yay, the end. Oh right, yeah, I have to do this stuff now. Like, comment and subscribe. And please watch my other videos and comment ideas on stories.